When the enemies deal damage to the Warlock dude will deal damage to the enemies based on the damage the enemies did to the Warlock dude whenever he deals damage to them with the chair as well, which is an additional trigger that can also get triggered by the crit. But the manager dude then takes that damage and also deals it to the enemies, but then he can use the damage that was dealt to heal our Warlock dude, which also heals because he deals the damage that the enemies did to the Warlock dude back to the enemies that did the damage to the Warlock dude, which means we have a self-healing Warlock dude. Yeah. Sure. Sure, buddy. Hi, I'm Dex, and I'm a dude beating up toddlers. Has made a pact with an evil being, slowing his incoming damage. Then his attacks have a chance to expel 20% of the... Isn't this the same thing we have done with the medics the last time with these guys? Where they just never died? You know what, we'll check that out. So we have a fantasy guy over here. And that is the first fight. How do they do? So here's the stored damage. Wait, but didn't you... I thought he summons something and puts that on there. No? 152, very good. We have another Warlock dude. The Warlock dude gains lifesteal. For every 1 attack damage he expels, he gains a stacking 1% attack power for the rest of the battle. Holy moly, right? So that is perfect, because we should be able to stay safe. Like, the stored damage pretty much means we take away the damage that we would usually take from enemies, right? And then we have a chance to use that against the enemies, but that also means we don't take the damage, is how I understand it. When the battle starts, the manager dude chooses 4 non-manager dudes as interns. He copies and stores damage they deal, and expels it on his micromanaged targets. Isn't that kind of fitting to what we are doing already? Kind of? Like towards the enemies? As in this one here deals the damage he takes, this one here deals the damage someone else deals, which is the damage that we take from the enemy that we then deal to the enemy. But we already deal it to the enemy. So we double deal it to the enemy. And let's just see what happens, right? That's kind of funny. Okay, he died. I think we're about to lose the game. Okay, well, that's not the best start I've ever had in my life so far. So the damage dealt. Micromanaged at 24, that is pathetic. Well, yours did 44. Healing done with the lifesteal. Damage taken. Okay, interesting. Do we go for another manager? I think for now we want to go for the Warlock dude. We'll get the choose. When a battle starts, everyone gains damage. That is not bad. I would say we'll take that to make sure we beat the enemies. Now, I'm a little bit concerned for the next fight. But I think we should be able to deal with the rats. Like, come on, they're just simple rats, right? The question is, if we only have purple HP, we are still alive. So my theory was right. The stored damage is not damage that you actually take. I mean, you probably take it over time, I assume. Another Warlock dude. Yeah, we take it over 4 seconds. Okay, but if we do attack and we expel the damage, it removes the damage out of the stored damage, the purple one. I will admit, I really want to revive them, but I think they can do it, right? Like, come on, come on. Worst case, we have to revive them. If 2 of them die, then we can revive exactly 5 of them. But I'm hoping we can manage to do this. It looks very close. Oh my god, I love you. We need a healer. I want to have the floofball healer. We're getting to a point where we see the same people again and again. Every second he donates 10% of his current HP to the most 2 injured rosters. You know what? That sounds good. I don't think we've ever done a good version of this guy. But we have an undead now, who also has very nice synergies in general. Can we do this? You will heal, you're back alive, 2 of them are... Yeah, come on, we can do this. Again, worst case we can revive, because whether we use it here or outside, it's kind of the same result, because we don't have that many people to begin with. So much damage, but the pact is not really doing a lot. Let's get another Franken-dude in. That is now our official healer of the team. We are only missing 1 Warlock dude, so I would assume now is the time where we shine. I mean, that looks amazing, I love this. Let's go for another Warlock dude. The manager dude now grants attack speed and crit chance to his interns. That is kind of insane, but this is my favorite thing in the game. The pocket dice, because you can more easily reroll and they are cheaper to buy. 15% lifesteal, that is good. Anytime we delay damage, we really want to make sure that we have healing to stay alive. But I'm not exactly sure how we will do this yet. 162, very good. We have a couple of people here. Dashes becomes an asset for 8 seconds. We can only have 2 more people though. That is the part that is a bit dangerous. The warrior traits. We have cleave. But that is insanely good, right? Toughness is also good. Wasn't I so disappointed with these guys? But I could... Wait. If we get this damage over time trinket on this guy, then we have it on the Warlocks and on the healers. That is the perfect combination, right? All dudes have a chance when taking damage to 100% of the damage when taken when it's not fatal. Wait, but this means we still have to store damage, right? Or does this trigger... You know what? Let's try this out. So, the question is, how is stored damage calculated for that one? Because if we take this as a trickle... We pretty much trigger this all the time, right? Kind of. I'm not exactly sure, but maybe. Another medic dude. We want to balance this out somewhat, but we now have 2 healers here. This is technically also a healer. This is a damage dealer, but we need more of the manager dudes, you know, that actually do something. I think Taunt is today not needed. Taunt is either way a bit difficult in this game because you have a bunch of Taunt, the enemies just cleave, and everyone gets hit regardless. Packed, 88% damage, so most of it wasn't a pack, but that does make sense. Let's go for another Warlock dude. The Warlock dude gains crit when he lands a direct crit. Okay, but how much crit do you have? I mean, I wouldn't hate this, but I'm scared that our Warlocks will just die. So I will go for the crit, because expelling damage is pretty much healing, right? Since the stored damage is just received damage, the more we crit, the less damage we take. Okay, I like the strategy. So the goal is get as much crit as possible on these guys, and then also attack speed to attack as often as possible. I mean, was it a flawless fight or was it a flawless fight, huh? Shadowy Funnel did 4% damage, well. Okay, you try your best. Another manager dude. I'm not sure how to make the manager dude good. I kind of hope he has relics that make him better. Like, currently I just don't see the way how we make the manager dude something that ends up dealing a lot of damage, aside from random times, like here, where they chose the right target, right? But what if they don't choose the right target? Do we just lose the game then? So, I don't know. The Warlock dude gains 20% attack speed and his pack damage is now spread out over 2 more seconds. That is insane, but this is a rebate. We need money, right? Because we want to get all of the relics to check out how they properly work. I think next up we want to have a few more of the big guys here that they become tankier. Manager dude, I don't give up on you. The dude type at the top gains attack power, but your damage is unaffected, right? Yeah. So we don't need to give this guy damage. When any dude lands a critical hit, he gains temporary health for 2 seconds. That is so good with these guys. Because they have 10% crit, but the problem is it's only 10% crit. But you know what? I'll take that. Let's roll. When a Franken dude takes fatal damage, he simply eats another dude to fully heal himself. Let's do it. Is this the one that prefers summoned units? We need a summoned unit. Oh no, oh no, this will be bad. This will be really bad. But hey, they stay alive, right? That's great. That's cool. Surely. It's a tank. It's really hard to kill them. So, yeah, that was totally not a mistake. I can see this paying off. But what we need is, we need to get someone who can summon. And I don't even know who that is. I know there's a guy that summons a bunch of skeletons. We've had this a few times. We also have undeads, right? Wait, so we can get undead relics. Which means we can get skeletons. Which are probably not enough, because they rely on taunts to summon more of them. And they also rely on a 10-second timer to get one of them. Which is like, wow. You know, wow. 1.3k damage, not bad. Yep, 4% damage from the packed explosion. Why is it so bad? I thought this would be way better, but no. Okay, none of these summon anything. I don't like it. Every 5 seconds he summons an Echo Dude if he doesn't have one active. For each of his Echo Dudes, the Quantum Dude heals the most. Yeah, but I don't want to have another healer, you know. Okay, I'm using all of our rolls here. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I haven't seen anyone summoned. And the dude will eat our people. Like, we can't do that. The Necro Dude summons a Skeledude when the battle starts. His Skeledude gets knocked out. Okay, perfect, that is exactly what I wanted. So now we have a very nice combination. We also have more skeletons to distract the enemies a little bit. I don't think the dude can select the skeletons, right? So I would be surprised by that. That doesn't really make the most sense. Okay, you're knocking out all of my people. Thank you for nothing. Another Necro Dude. All dudes gain lifesteal. I don't hate it because that's more healing. The Franken Dude gains attack speed. When he deals damage, he has a chance to gain regeneration. That is perfect. The thing we have to keep in mind is these donate their health, right? So it can easily happen that they just end up dying if we do this for too long without any healing. Like in a long boss fight. So we have to make sure that they heal. Another manager. Pocket dice. We have to build these up again. The skeleton dude gains toughness and he taunts up to 4 enemies for 4 seconds when he gets summoned. All dudes gain temporary health. That is perfect. Yes. So I could buy another item. I don't really care about the skeleton dude because we want to be attacked here. When a skeleton dude gets summoned, all dudes gain 1% attack speed. That is perfection. You know why? These rely on a lot of attacks, right? 25% chance. These also rely on attacks because they heal whenever they attack. The necro dudes, I don't think they rely on attacks. The manager dudes... Oh, this is pretty much just a chain effect, is what this does. I thought this happens at a certain moment, but it seems like that is just a chain effect. You see, what confuses me is store damage says it builds up over time. But this pretty much means it just deals the damage, right? I mean, let's check it out, what happens to the bees. Oh, okay. Maybe we shouldn't have checked out what happens to the bees. My entire team is dead. What is with the bees? Why are they so overpowered? Everyone just died. Oh no. The pact, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. The shadowy funnel, funny enough, did a lot of damage there. But that was horrible. All dudes gain attack power. I don't hate it, it's very basic. But this stores an additional 10% of the damage. That is good. The wielder gains max HP when he takes damage that drops him below 30% HP. He gains temporary health. This is perfect for our Franken dudes, right? To keep them alive forever. I could also put this on the Warlock dude though. Because they just want to tank. But I think for the Warlock dude, we have some better things in there. We want to have the revival card, the debit card or credit card for this dude. I just want to make our Franken dudes as tanky as possible so they can guarantee us a win. Like no matter what happens, they'll pretty much be able to carry us through the fights. And this is why I wanted to make sure that they'll stay alive. Let's get another one of them in. I think we can beat this, but I don't know if we can beat it with our dude amount. But let's hope for the best. So we don't want to use items, because everything that happens to them is reverted. But any items that we use, they are permanently gone. Look at this, isn't that insane? So this is with the regeneration that they get temporary health. And they also gain temporary health whenever they hit a certain low. How did you just not sacrifice someone? It's like I thought that was guaranteed. Huh? So it says there's a 1. Which makes me assume this already happened, and then it had a 10-second cooldown is how I understand that. Yeah, that did an insane amount of damage, perfect. All dudes gain regeneration. I mean, right? Like, isn't this perfect? Because this also means our Warlocks heal a lot more. Do we have to revive? No, I think we'll be fine. There is a snapping turtle, but these are chilly-milly for us. Yeah, that's exactly what I assumed. Everyone is pretty much at full health. And they should revive... after this round or in this round? No, after this round. Let's hope for the best. The Franken dudes have to carry me. Please. Okay. Wait, something is dealing a humongous amount of damage. What was that? Wait, hold on. Who was that? Everyone. Manager dudes, okay. You, okay. Yeah, what I'm trying to look at constantly is what path do we take to win? And I'm really not sure. I just don't see it. But I think this relies on the relics we can obtain for them. There will be a relic in there that smiles at me. That is like, Dex, I'm the path to win. And we'll do exactly that. Hopefully. 2100 damage? I mean, it's getting better, the ratios. Let's get a little bit more healing in. All dudes gain crit. We do want to have crit to expel the damage, so let's take that. But that was also it. Next up are the rats. That should be fairly simple. Rats are usually very easy to deal with, but they can be nasty if they pummel up on one dude. But it looks like that was easy peasy lemon squeezy. They are all of the micromanaged targets. They did a lot of damage, and that is good. More micromanage or more summoners? Let's get a little bit more summoners in. So you store additional damage that is gone, but the medic dude's triage gains 50% increased healing, and it targets one additional dude. That is insane. When I take fatal damage, I hate it. The manager dude and the dude type immediately below him on the roster gain 20% max HP and 10% deflection. Okay. Who do we want to put this on? Because to me, how does the healing work? Percentage of your max health. So we want this on the tankiest guy, but there is an alternative thought, which is the Warlock dudes, right? But their healing that they give is 10% of their current HP, so we want this dude to have as much max HP as possible. Because that means they give more of their HP. Okay, sure, I like it. Now we have to be careful though, because we did lose 2 not so bad relics. Especially the one where they sacrifice one of our skeleton dudes here. Can be an infinite loop, depending on how long it takes, so let's make sure we have more of them. Reds, again, super easy, like all of our dudes are back alive. The enemies have no chance. The enemies just have 0 chance. I don't know what exactly we have created here. But I feel like it will be very difficult for the enemies to deal with us. Store even more damage. 45 golds, let's take that. They can be difficult, I believe, that they start killing individual people. But yeah, this is jilly-milly. But the Franken dudes are just insane. Now I wished we had something on them to deal damage, but the more HP they have, the more they heal. Do we want to go for even more Franken dudes? Or we do something entirely different, which is we wait until we get the item that gives us 3 common dudes, the basic dudes, and a 50% chance to get a random extra dude, right? Even if we get this late, this means we get a lot more extra dudes, but until then we are missing people. Let's get another Warlock dude in. Immediately gain 2 dude shoes. I usually like that, because if something goes wrong, you'll stay alive. That said though, I would really like to invest all of my money. We have a few revivals, let's get 1 more, because investments are one of the easiest ways to multiply your money. I need to check what traits we have, because I think we have 3 undead, but I'm not sure if the Warlock dude is an undead. I don't think so. Yeah, he's fantasy. Let's get another Warlock dude. But there's no way. There's absolutely no... I literally just talked about you. Wait, that is insane. So yes, we could have had another relic, but we needed an undead for summons. I don't know who else can summon. We know the Echo dude that we saw can summon. Why didn't I pick up the guy? Well, because the summons that he has, they are there for healing, which is another healer on top of all of our healers, so not that great. But these Echo dudes are also consumed by the Echo dude to revive him. So eating them with the Franken dudes and then also eating them with the Echo dudes means they are pretty much gone. 50% cleave and 5% deflection, but cleave is only for attacks. I gotta say, I'm not the biggest fan of any of these. But maybe giving the medics cleave could be quite interesting, because they need to deal 50 damage, right? Attack power and toughness is also good, because if they deal more damage... You know what, I'll go for the attack power and the toughness. Let's keep it simple, right? And they should be the best target, yes. What I'm currently missing is a way to increase the stored damage that we deal. Something like your attack power affects or multiplies the stored damage. Something like that. But because we don't have that, I don't see a reason to give the Warlocks any damage. We just want to make them as tanky as possible, right? Let's get another Franken dude in, but next up we'll go for more Necro dudes. I'm scared of the bees. I'm really scared of the bees. I'm just gonna do it. I know we defeated already a lot of them, but they started dying, and I don't want to lose too many. 17% damage from the shadowy funnel. Good. Another Warlock dude. You know what would be amazing? But does that work? If we equalize the health, that actually shouldn't count as received damage. We need a way that they deal... We need reflects. But then they need to reflect to each other and not to this guy. Yeah, no, I don't think that works. Like, we want them to take damage, right? That is the problem. So I can't go for something like deflect unless I give him the trinket that all of the deflected damage goes to them. That would be stupid though, right? Or would it? No, that would be stupid. That would be really stupid. Let's dismiss again, because we want to invest all of our money. I am a bit concerned, though, because we lost a ton of people. But in 2 rounds, we get our relics back. Then we are relatively safe. Relatively. But you may notice, we don't have a big issue with the enemies, we just have an issue keeping our people alive. Yeah, your cleave is insane. Why do they have so much cleave? Hold on a second, I actually don't remember that. Oh, they just have 50% cleave. Oh, yeah, okay. That makes sense. So I didn't know that, but that makes sense. Okay, I think we have to revive them after this battle. It's just exactly the same story again. Our medics are constantly dying, this is why I hated them. But that's why we need the trinket, that they take damage over time. So we got our 2 trinkets back. Now the healing is +1 target and it's increased. Yep, can you see all of the amazing healing they can do? Then we also have the manager dude of the dude type immediately below him on the roster. Oh, but you gain deflection. I'm really considering if I should give this to you. Because more HP is really nice. But deflection is the opposite of what we wanted. Like high current HP. Huh. Let's keep it on the Franken dudes for now, because this effect happens either way. Like we don't have to do anything. They will revive. I'm a little bit concerned. I may have to use the bottle lightning. Or the meteor would also work. Like, this dude is our concern, not the rats. He's getting pummeled. There will probably be a few more that will die. Here the general dude. I mean, he's healing so much. Why is he healing so much? I don't understand this. Is it just because of the Franken dudes? Well, another Franken dude, full investment. Now get ready to see the most amazing item in the next shop, in the first slot. I'm actually gonna be so mad. This happened the last 2 times when I really wanted to have something. One of our Warlocks actually died. Really? That can happen? I didn't even know that. But that's just how powerful we've been so far. Another Warlock dude. The Necro dudes are really just to provide us the Skeleton dudes. In other words, we don't need to get the numbers up, but we will get them to at least 10, because that counts as a win then, that they get the golden star and we can use them on tier 2 runs. And also there could be something in there that is really amazing, you know, that the skeletons, I don't know, they are nuclear bomb, right? And then they go boom. And that is great. 5.6, dude, I love these guys. This is so insane. Their regeneration is the mental part. Like, I don't want anything else than just these guys. Okay, but the manager dude, pocket dice, perfect. The best item you've ever seen in your entire life. The skeleton dudes gain 60% max HP, and the necro dudes gain max HP when the skeleton dude takes fatal damage. Heals the 5 most injured roster from... I want that. I'll take this, I'll take this. We take this because it's cheaper and out of the way. The nice thing about buying these cheap items is, number one, you should maybe probably do it because it's a 10% chance, right? It's very low. But it takes them out of the way for all future shops so you can see something else. Good that I got the bonus choose, huh? I don't think we have the strength to not buy anything. I mean, to be fair, who really died? Demolishes, which are fine, but we want them for the revivals. So they do matter. If a manager dude or one of his interns has less than 40% HP, he equalizes his and all of his interns' HPs. Well, that sucks. Why would I want to do that? Well, because it keeps him alive. But this is dude choose. Yeah, I'll take it, it's fine. This is now a trinket. We already have a trinket on you. But this one here. But for his max HP, so we need someone... Huh. So you're telling me we have a chance, or we can double attack, right? And we either way want to have a humongous amount of HP on this guy. Alternatively, what about the healing dudes? Oh, I don't know. The thing is, I've used up so many pocket dice, I don't really want to use them, but I feel like there are better things. His direct damage. It deals it as direct damage, but what about the baseball bat that deals direct damage to all of the enemies around him? Okay, here's the thing. There's a good chance we will have one more relic than what we need. So, like, we don't have to give the Lich Dude a relic, right? Most of these relics, they don't do a lot. As in, because the Lich Dude is not a carry. So I'm fine if we waste a relic. That we replace a relic on this guy in the future. Because this is not what I wanted to have for him. I mean, don't get me wrong. The bonus attack is really good, right? Like, 1 in 5 chance to attack again means... Every 5 hits, we reduce our damage we took the purple HP by an additional amount, and that is very good for survivability. But at the same time, I wanted to have something that... What did I want to have? Maybe the card that heals him whenever he deals damage, because we use the stored damage to deal damage to the enemies. And then we heal us with the damage the enemies did to us that we then did to them. And then we also do damage to them that they did to me, that we did to them, because we did it to them, which we then do to them. You get it with the manager dude, right? Because he copies that? Yes? Okay, good, good, good. We all understand each other, very good. Just had to make sure. Oh my god, it's a sci-fi family. That is a stasis somewhere here, right? This is the one that I need. Please. I mean, maybe it's not that important for this battle here, right? Because I don't see how it would change anything, because we don't have taunts. Stasis is very good when you have to build up, like, HP over time, like, for temporary health, but we do that. The one that heals us. Somewhere. No, I didn't mean this one. Didn't we have one that gives them 6% HP? Here, all dudes gain temporary health equal to 6% of their HP. So if we stun them for 1.5 seconds, we already get a shield. Right? And that is good. Okay. I'll revive a set of them. Like a few of them, okay? I don't want to go too extreme, but at the same time I'm really scared. Because I feel like we put the pieces together, but I still don't see the one thing where I say, yes, this will get us the win. You know? I mean, what definitely gets us carried are the Franken dudes combined with the Warlock dudes, because they deal so much damage to the enemies and, like, just deal with them. The manager dude is also not bad, but we can't rely on the manager dude, and he just copies the damage. So whatever the manager dude does, it's just something someone else does, and he copies that. So the manager on his own is not good. Though it is obviously nice that he buffs up the Franken dudes and makes them stronger. Especially when they get focused with the deflection, that is a nice boost, but also the max HP is a very nice boost, right? But we're actually losing people. I need the credit card on this guy. That almost feels like a cheat code, because they seem to survive forever when we had that on them. How are you doing? Okay, you're about to die. Very good. So nothing can happen anymore. We lost a bunch of people, but we have so many regular dudes. Manager dude? No. Let's go for the Warlock. All dudes gain attack power. I don't hate it. The Warlock dude gains attack speed and his pack damage is now spread out over 2 more seconds. I like this, but I'm also really scared. You know? And also here's the Dude Whisperer. Now we have learned the Whisperer is also there in Endless, so we can just buy our people there in case something goes wrong. But I think the way I'll use it is I will balance out our team. Like, we either way want to have a bunch more medics, we want to have a bunch more lich guys, right? At least 10 to get the check mark. So, and they are cheaper because we don't have as many of them. The price of the dude, Zeller, is always based on what you have less of. So, you know what? I'll actually not go for the Necro dude, just for that reason. Only for that reason. No, not again. The manager dude now grants 20% attack speed and crit chance to his interns. But the intern is not this guy. The interns is who he chooses randomly. Yes, but dangerous. Crit chance is gone, sucks a bit, because we need that over here. The Warlock dude gains max HP. Every 2 seconds, all Warlock dudes reallocate their stored damage evenly. Wait, that is not exactly what I had on my mind. And that can actually make it worse. No, but that makes it better. Well, it doesn't really make it better. Did we just lose 5%? And we lost 4%. This is also diminishing returns. Oh my god. Why is everything diminishing stats? Look at this. And in case you're wondering how this works, because I feel like this explanation is a bit confusing. Whenever you already have an existing stat, you just take how much is left, and the new value is multiplied with that. So in this case here, if you already have 30% toughness, that is 70% left of non-toughness, multiplied by 0.1 is 7%. So instead of 10%, you get 7%. That is an easier way for me to calculate it, but what they say is right. I just think it's a little bit confusing to view it that way. But yeah, if you always consider just the leftover that is multiplied with the new value that you get, it's a lot easier for me. I mean... Wait, what just happened? Why are we so fine? Is it just a pact now? I mean, attack speed is insane. Because attack speed is how many times we trigger our pact, and we can quickly get to a point that we just constantly trigger our pact. And I didn't take the healer here because, again, Dude Whisperer, right? We want to fill them out with that there. But this should be easy peasy. You know what? 1.5 times speed. We can do this. Holy moly, the healing, right? But who tanked how much? Here, 3.1k the Warlock dudes, yeah. Look at this, damage prevented 2.5k. Wait, these are all really good for that. Even the purple heart? Oh, because you give temporary health. I like that. Let's go for another Warlock manager dude. Gooses. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I don't think there'll be a problem. Everyone is alive. Who's the first loser to die? Oh, 2 of them are dead. Yeah, they were already dead, you know. They don't count. Warlock dude. Okay, this is perfect. This is utterly perfect. Because remember, like, number 1, they are cheaper. But remember, we will gain random ones as we do this. So we go for 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah, okay, good enough. Good enough. You know, I rather want to have the medic dudes. And we want to have more medic dudes either way because of the healing. But it's also not the most important thing because this is our healer. This is our healer because they self-heal by just like getting rid of the damage I deal. And this is our healer. We have 3 healers. Technically 4 because you're just here to be sacrificed like your units. Do we want to have... Nah, let's go for more Warlock dudes. I like these guys. Dude choose. Perfect. All dudes have bonus received healing. That is actually really good. To an extent. Well, but... Okay, you don't really heal. But regeneration... Does that affect it? Healing restores HP. A target cannot be healed beyond full HP. Yeah, but I would assume regeneration is not healing. Usually games differentiate between that. Okay, now I'm confused because it literally states heal. Like, it does say it. Here, healing. Okay, so it is healing. Because otherwise they wouldn't use this. Yeah. Okay. Like, they wouldn't use the terminology or that transfer point, you know, that you can click on it and read through it, if it wouldn't apply. Or it's just there by mistake. That could also be. But hey, bonus HP regeneration, like healing more out of that is insane. Especially for our Franken dudes. Earn 224, perfect. We will get 4 of you, so let's get a 10th one. We have a few insane things in here. One is to make the Skeledudes a lot stronger. The problem is, to have this effect, it relies on them dying. Right? And that is not good. This one over here is insane, because we need a lot of HP on them. It also gives toughness, which means they take less damage, they gain more attack speed. You know what, I'll take that. It's fine. One thing I need to check out, by the way, is... How much HP do these have? Okay... Okay... I don't know what they are based on. Like, I don't understand these dudes. Like, I thought maybe the stats are based on those that summon them, that they copy it. And with that item, they would have gained more HP, and on top of that, the Skeledudes gain even more HP, because that is 60%, right? As an extra bonus, but I don't think that's how it works. Okay, so here's the thing, it tells us what a Summon Dude is, but it doesn't tell us what a Necro Dude is. Well, not a Necro Dude, but a Skeledude. And that is the part that I actually want to know. Here we have the stun, but... we also have toughness and regeneration. Which one is more important? I think the stun is completely overpowered in this game. It allows your people to walk to the enemies, because this way, if the enemies can move, right, the enemies combined with your people get to choose who they go on. But if you stun the enemies, only your people decide who they want to take on, and this way it's more focused. Let's get another medic dude in, it's about time. Holy moly. Should I do it again? Should we do it again? Can we do it again? If you can do it, you want to do it. The only conflict I have with this is completely unrelated to gaming strategy. Like, I want to save up the money so I can buy all of the insane relics and check them out. There are actually 2 issues. Number 1, relics do go up in cost over time, so even though we make money, it's not like we get the same amount of relics as if we bought right now. Or a better way to say it is, we don't get double the relics at the end of this, right? Did we get a bonus? Holy moly! Bonus? 1. Okay, well. One was over that, you know, over the expected average. The other one was below it. And now we're exactly on the average because it's 4 out of 8. But the main reason I don't really want to do it is just that not a lot changes in the game, right? And for a few that can be very boring, that we just have the same fights and nothing changes. But we do get some relics at least. You know, but... well, okay, this is a really good one, actually. Like, this is a really, really good one. Okay, another Necro Dude or Franken? Let's go for Franken Dudes. Like, now we evened out the dudes. Why do we have 12 of you? Oh, because of bonus. The dude type at the end of your roster gains bonus HP. We also have a lot of families. You know what? I'll buy these two. Okay, I will also do one rule. All dudes gain lifesteal. When a manager dude takes fatal damage, he fully heals, and all manager dudes gain a stacking additional 1% damage copied to the micro. What? I can't say I care all too much, but at the same time, it's kind of cool, right? So manager dude is over here. Yeah, we'll do the investment. It's like we see those things, they are cool, they're not bad, but they don't change that much about our game plan, so I don't have to take them. But these managers, they were a really good choice. I like that. Eventually, should we try this out? What happens? Because I want to have these guys at the very bottom, you know, for just a little bit. Because now they get all of the bonuses. They either way taunt the enemies in the beginning. Let's see how that works out. Okay. I'm sorry, what just happened? I'm sorry, what just happened? It's not even close. Oh wait, I'm looking at the medic dudes. I was like, why were they so weak? So, the folding chair... The folding chair is based on their HP. Oh, okay. Manager dude grants 20% attack speed, but that is exactly what we want on them. It's interns. Okay, those are not the interns. The Warlock dude gains max HP. Exactly. Okay, they store for longer, so it takes longer time to take the damage, which is also more chance to dispel it. Good. What is this one? There's something in here. The manager dude and the dude type immediately below him, but that doesn't make them the intern. But there is so much HP. You know, and he already, like, he still has a lot of HP. You know? You know? But the deflect is the bad part, but is it if they are themselves the healthiest people? Because they just deflect to each other then. And these are now demoted to just healers. Before they were god healers, now they are just healers. But nothing happens to them. They don't take any damage. What is actually going on? Do you see that? Wait, no, seriously, what is happening? They should have a lot of purple HP, but they just get rid of it immediately. Huh? Wait, what? But they took a lot of damage. What do we do here? What actually happened? Okay, this will be difficult. Okay, purple HP is kicking in. Do you see that? Like, we don't... But I'm glad I tried this out. I'm really glad I tried this out. All manager dudes now choose the same micromanage target. Isn't that horrible? Because if they choose the wrong guy, they are so bad. Wait, what? I mean, if they all choose the same guy, the right... Oh, that's a boss battle. That's a boss battle. Yeah, okay. We just lost our entire HP and stored damage, and then we just attacked a few times, and all of it is gone again. How? Wait, so how do you die? Because even if the enemy deals like 1 million damage to you... All you... Well, okay, if the 10% remaining damage you instantly take is enough to one-shot you, you die. But that means we just need a lot of HP. The folding chair. The folding chair. It's the folding chair. Whenever a non-Warlock dude takes damage... I mean, I love this one. But you know we have to take that, right? Because we want to have all of the damage. The wielder has a chance to go nuts, but that's not what we want. I don't like any of these all too much. You have a trinket. You have a trinket. I want to have the crit and evasion on this guy. No way. But no way, we just did that immediately. The disk track copies 30% of damage dealt by all of its wielders and stores it. So this one isn't bad, but that's based on the damage you deal, and we need to remove the chair for that, which I actually think is dealing a humongous amount of damage. And 30% of your damage, yeah, no, the chair is better, but... We just got this guy. Crit and evasion. Right. This way we stay alive even longer, because now we have evasion. Isn't that perfect? Because we don't really need something insane on the other dudes. Like, I'm not even sure yet what we'll take on them. But this way, they will stay more healthy, they will stay more healthy. And evasion is also just a form of healing. Because evasion pretty much says, you take damage, you immediately heal it, and you can't die from it. It's as if, like, time gets reverted, right? Is what evasion actually means. Ouch. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. I believe in us. I'm not hovering this because I don't believe in us. But how is this legal? But how... Even if our entire HP bar is purple, by the way, this means nothing. Because we take 6 seconds to take the damage, right? Do you see this? The folding chair. If we had 30% of our damage, that would be 18,000 damage, right? And 30% of that is a lot less than 17,000 damage, because that doubled our damage. All dudes gain crit. We need crit to expel. Why do we have so much crit? But we need crit to expel the stored damage. And oh my god, because we attack again, we also have the crit. Oh wow, oh wait, I completely forgot about that. So I took this chair here, the folding chair, because it's an additional attack with a chance to trigger the expel, right? But we also have another 23% chance. Whenever we crit, we are guaranteed to expel the damage. So we have a 25% chance on attack on top of another 23%. That is illegal. That is completely illegal. Well, but we only have a 20% chance to attack twice. So it's not like we always attack twice. That is the important part here. Have you noticed how fast these fights are, by the way? Isn't this a bit ridiculous? We need 20 of these guys to max out the crit and the evasion. I like how there are so many things listed here. It's like, yep, that's just our dudes. That's just our warlocks. These are dangerous. Is the purple HP ever full? This video will be like 15 minutes long. I can't do this. This is way too short. We need longer fights. Okay, long fight. Please, they run around. And this way, we'll have a very long fight. Yes, they're running, they're all dead. Seriously? Seriously? Medic dude, warlock dude, warlock dude. We need more of them. You're cheaper when re-entering the ranch, which is here. Each dude has a chance to revive, sure. We do have a bunch of revivals. I will do one rule, just in case. The Franken dude gains regeneration. When he donates HP, he also deals direct damage for his DPS. All dudes gain regeneration when a dude heals for throwing a dagger. I mean, listen, buddy. This would be really cool. But I don't think it deals a lot of damage. Like, we have seen this in the past. I thought the daggers would be insane. But they actually deal 0 damage. It's pathetic. They're completely pathetic. And the good thing is, they're at the top, right? The healers. So they will get a 30% bonus damage once we get that relic for the dude at the very top. The Warlock dude gains crit. Oh no, that is actually a really good one. The Franken dude gains regeneration when he donates HP. Oh, that is... Isn't that the one which I saw? Sure. Okay, that's honestly a benefit I never considered. Wait, what actually happens there? Do we lose these two? What would have happened if we only had one of them or 0? When a Necro dude takes fatal damage, he sacrifices a Skeleton dude to heal himself. Sure, we didn't lose them. Oh, okay. I mean, I guess that makes the most sense, right? Because we do get it back. But that's actually really cool. Good that I bought that. I mean, not that we really care about it, but... You know, it was cheaper, so it's out of the way. The manager dudes are starting to micromanage really hard. Like, really, really hard. Over here we have the Dude Whisperer, then we have the Relic. There's a food dude. Who has no food right now? Oh, we only have 1 food. So you have attack, power, and toughness. I mean, I guess that's not bad, but we want to give this guy more HP. But I remember the last time we got food, there was actually no HP in there, which is what I wanted. And that's why I went for the attack power, which gives him healing. But it's kind of funny, because no one of us really benefits from attack power. This dude deals damage based on the enemy damage back to them. This dude does the same thing pretty much, because he copies it. This dude does want attack power, but not really. Like, it doesn't buff him up, it just literally gives him attack power. Which also means I could just do this now. You know, for now. That we have the crit, because that means we deal more damage, which is more healing. They do have the cleave, you know, for that the crit is nice. What is happening? Hey, you guys have evasion. Do you know that? This is why we need a credit card on them. That is exactly why we need that. Even more medic dude. I would say we'll go for the Warlock dude. We have enough of the other ones. I just want to have as many Warlock dudes as possible at this point. And we don't even care about the zombie here anymore. This guy. I would just like to have like 100 of them. Also the general dude could be good. Because they give a lot of buffs. But most of their buffs actually happen in the base, you know? Because they just give a bonus. So it doesn't matter whether they are alive or not, or how many of them we have. Yeah, I'm fine. When a manager dude takes fatal damage, he fully heals and they gain 1%. Yeah. That is not bad. You know what? I'll do that. I don't hate it. I will keep the rest of the money because I haven't seen something amazing. And right now, we are just really insane. Like, I don't know what to say. As long as our Franken dudes and our Warlocks don't die, we are pretty much infinite. And our... Aren't you supposed to eat them? No, there's manager dudes. Here's the Necro dude. Okay, we have to wait for that for... You know what, I'll not even revive them. I'm sorry, what is this? Why is this all Skeleton dudes? The Skeleton dudes gains attack power. When a Skeleton dude takes fatal damage, all nearby dudes gain crit chance. That means more expelled damage. Ooh. Ooh. I mean, sure, why not? Let's do it. Some of these enemies, they are really strong, so for that it's kind of nice, but the problem is we need a lot more of the dudes. And currently, only 5 of them are alive. But this is why we need this revival thing, that they can revive themselves once, and then also on a 10-second cooldown. Heilige Scheiße, you didn't just do that. We just got the best one. We just got straight up the best one. Please keep in mind, our chair is max HP based. Okay. So if we take a look at this, 439 HP, 30% of that is dealt as damage whenever the chair triggers. And we have a decent amount of attack speed. This is per second. We attack 2.4 times. Do you understand how insane that is? Like, this is why, like, whenever you see purple HP pop up, it borderline immediately goes away. Do you see that? Isn't this insane? Do you understand how much, like, they have 400 HP, right? Half of the HP, that's like 200 damage they take. Which is like, oh no, they're dying. Bloop. It's gone again. It's gone again. You actually, like, really think about how absurd this actually is. 200 damage, bloop, gone. Just gone. just gone. There's our money. We can do another investment. And I think what I'll do is to mix it up. But please let me know what you think about it, like how you feel. And I don't mean what is best for the game. Best for the game, make the investment. Get the most money, get all of the relics, you know, have a humongous amount of fun in the endless mode. Yeah, but the game is already over there, right? And for a video that's maybe not the best thing, like I just asked you personally, when you watch the video, not when you would play, what you would enjoy the most. If I use now half the money to buy relics, then we get some change in and see what is in the game as well, right? Because we haven't explored that. Or should I use all of the money because it feels best to have the most money, and then we go crazy and buy all kinds of relics? I'll just get another Necro dude. Let's do it. I mean, these are useless either way. I will roll once. Pocket dice, perfect. Oh my god, this is what I'll definitely buy. Okay, to shift it up a little bit, because I don't know what people will say, I will go for the Ritual Dagger. Whenever we have regeneration, but also we gain regeneration. That is the good part. So now you will see a bunch of daggers. I don't think they do all too much damage, but they should be decent. And it's based on their DPS. So let's take a look at this. Ritual Dagger, 1.4k damage. You know what? Not that bad. Ritual Dagger, 2% damage, 500. 1.2k. Hey, as I said, it's not that great, but sometimes you also just need a bit more damage to beat the enemies. And this way they die a little bit faster. And that can win us fights we would have lost otherwise. I mean, why am I saying this? Like, look at the purple HP they have. This is ridiculous. If the purple HP at full, if it, like, the entire thing was purple, right? If this would mean, oh no, they are about to die, then I would say, yeah, it's not that great. We didn't even have to crit. We didn't even have to crit one. This is... Oh no. And now we have regeneration. Deals damage. The Necro dudes stay alive, sure. Hey, we took that to get it out of the way, right? But now, our... Are you stupid? I literally pointed at this to say, now they will stay alive, and the first thing that happens is the dude dies. Like, in that moment, in that very moment. What? Okay, let's fight. One issue is there's a dude handler coming up. We don't have that many we have only one general dude. Maybe we are fine. Because, like, one issue is you have to buy that, you have to buy the food, you have to do the battle where you pay extra for that, you want to buy some relics. In other words, you can't really buy relics at all. And that is why I don't like investing the full money there. Because nothing happens now for like 20 turns. But then, we go boom, we go nuclear. Right? Yeah. They need the credit card. Like, we need to get dice. So I have to roll a little bit, just in hopes we find bonus dice. And we need to give them the credit card. Cleave is insane. Toughness is also really good to take a bit less damage. Less damage means we deal less damage to the enemies as well, that's true. But it also means we don't get bursted by the enemies. Like, this is actually scary. I'm not saying we'll lose this, by far not, because we just have to dispel it. But if they had more damage, then we would die, eventually. All medic dudes gain attack speed, that is not bad. The dude shoes is really nice though, once we have to use it, because we get more of them. The skeleton dude gains toughness, and he turns up to 4 enemies. Don't really care, because we want to keep them alive, right? But we would get a revival loop. Maybe it's not bad, but I will make these strong... Huh. Isn't this cool, huh? Wait, what would happen if I give this to this guy instead of the chair? And the chair has been amazing, right? Because this means we have an additional chance to expel the stored damage, assuming the stored damage of the credit card and the stored damage of this ability is just one pool of stored damage, which then also means I have no idea how this works with the 50% and the 90% here. Wait, but isn't this just one additional trigger? Like every second, it triggers once, a 50% chance, but with this chair and our attacks, we have a way better odd. No, we will give this to the healers. Yeah. That sounds maybe like it's a bit of a waste, but keep in mind, our chair is already doing that. It gives us a bonus chance to attack again to get rid of the stored damage, and it could be that a relic messes with the stored damage that we set up on the Warlocks. Because how does this even work, right? The Warlocks say 90% of our damage taken is stored damage. Cool. This one says 50% of the damage taken is stored damage. Because my fear is, it could also be that when you take 100 damage, 90 damage is stored with the ability, then another 50 damage is stored with this one. So we actually take more damage than what we would have taken. And in case we don't expel it, like if we get unlucky and we don't hit the 50% and the 25% on the dude, then we will just die. Because we multiply the damage the enemies deal to me, right? That would have been horrible. Yeah, we'll do this. Good that we had enough money though. I like that this happens in the beginning, because even with a full investment, you will always have enough money for that. That is very smart game design. I enjoy that. Our general dudes are dying. Like, the medic dudes are now staying alive, which is really cool. That is what we were hoping for. Like, what have you actually created? So we... Wait, let's go over this for a moment. Let's go for you. So we have the Warlock dudes that pretty much can't die because they store all of the damage. We also just revive 4 dudes, nice. Then we have the medic dude who can't die because of the bad credit, and at the same time they heal all the time. We have the Franken dudes who can't die because they're just absurdly tanky. And the enemies can't deal with them. And the Necro dudes that can't die because they just sacrifice skeletons to revive themselves. The only one that sucks is the manager dude, right? That is the bad one. But the manager dude is a buffer. Now what I'm considering is we could have given the manager dude the one that he can't get cleaved anymore, because we do have some taunters in there, like the skeletons taunt, right? Or I don't know if I got that, but I think, I'm not sure actually, right now. But there is one that makes the skeletons taunt, so if they taunt... Wait, what? Do you understand how many enemies were on the stage? How does this make sense? How did no one else take damage? Like, there's also not redirected... Wait, what? Bad credit? I mean, this is the perfect scenario. This is exactly what I want. I mean, maybe the Franken dudes, but they are just healers, so we don't even... Yeah. Wait, what? I remember reading something that they taunt. I know there was something, somewhere. But there were so many Z-goals. The entire stage was covered. Even if you have taunt dudes, you can't taunt that much. Yeah, look at this. Everyone is taking... I don't know what happened. I honestly, I don't understand that. Also, we just, like, one-shot this thing. Yeah, this is not... What happened in the last round? But there are only 2 enemies. And I didn't see that. I thought there were like a stage full of Z-goals, but maybe I saw that wrong. The Franken dude's blood pump now additionally heals the next 2 most injured roster dudes for 30% of the HP donated. I mean, sure, why not, right? Yeah, this is fine. I don't need these guys, really, so I will go for the bonus healing. I will also go for 1 more revival, just to make sure, because some of these enemies can be really difficult. Are they, though? Like, what's crazy to me is we actually have damage. We are not just an infinite healing build, we also have an absurd amount of damage and these fights are over near instantly. Have a dude reach 1500 crit damage? Sure, buddy. Sure, someone did that. That's good. Warlock dude. When a dude lands a crit against temporary health, it has a 2-second cooldown. When the Warlock dude expels his pack damage, he has a 20% chance to blast a random enemy for 100% of his attack power as direct damage. Chained effect. Oh no, I have attack power. Why are you so powerful? I don't know, honestly. I will definitely take that, but that is a bit dangerous. Sometimes these things, they look so basic, but once you remove some of them, the entire tower starts to crumble, but I think we'll be fine. He gains attack speed. When he deals direct damage, he has a chance to gain regeneration. Yeah, I like that. The manager dude's micromanage now heals himself and his interns for 50% of the damage it deals. Holy moly. Wait, if they actually choose the Warlock guys. Okay, let's go through the loop again. When the enemies deal damage to the Warlock dude will deal damage to the enemies based on the damage the enemies did to the Warlock dude whenever he deals damage to them, with the chair as well, which is an additional trigger that can also get triggered by the crit. But the manager dude then takes that damage and also deals it to the enemies, but then he can use that damage that was dealt to heal our Warlock dude, which also heals because he deals the damage that the enemies did to the Warlock dude back to the enemies that did the damage to the Warlock dude, which means we have a self-healing Warlock dude. Yeah, I completely forgot about this one. For every 100 pack damage he expels, he gains 1% stacking attack power for the rest of the battle. This is infinite. We don't have to give the guy attack power. The guy will gain, but how much attack power is that? So at the end of the battle, I would say we check over all of the Warlock dudes. Okay. How much attack power do they have? That is expected, kind of, right? So what is your buff? We are looking for the Uncanny Ledger. 7%, that is pathetic. Okay, you have a little bit more. 12.7. It's roughly the same for all of them, but I think the real problem is the fight is just immediately over, right? That's like, why do you have so much attack speed? Oh, the Frenzy Stone here. Man, these suck. These really suck. We need a taunt on the skeleton, right? This is the only way how we survive this. Pocket dice, I love you. Ravens, kind of, yeah, come, let's be honest. Come on. I am so glad we have to store damage on these guys. This could have been a real problem. They would have all died. Now, the question is if it matters whether they die or not, because they do a lot of healing, but our healing is the damage prevented here. This is our healing. It says damage prevented because it does prevent damage, but this is the same as healing, right? So, yeah. Manager dude, Necro dude, Warlock dude, right? I mean, I could have just taken the manager dudes because they are not bad. And it would have been cheaper. I could have even went for the Necro dudes. The problem is, they just die all the time. Like, even if they do something fancy, they are just dead. And what this means is, we need the taunt on the skeletons. Because I think the skeletons spawn around the Warlock guys. No, they are not the Warlocks, they are the Warlocks. The Necro dudes. And this way they will not die. Aside from to cleave. 159,000 damage. Our chair did 78,000 damage. Yep, this is balanced, Warlock dude. Motivational poser, all dudes gain attack power, I like it. This one is also not... I should have gotten this one. Hey, it's not gone. Okay, we'll get it in the future. I should have done one roll for the dice. It's not horrible, but at the same time, the max HP I think would have been more useful, right? Wait, aren't you undead? If this dude is undead, then we have enough of the families that they all get max damage. When a dude takes fatal damage, he has a chance to survive. I mean, I like the attack speed though, because that means more triggers. Yeah, 34. We have 20 of all of them, so all of them gain max HP. Let's go. Everyone is back, and they will die. Yep, I knew it. I knew it. It's such a waste of time to go for these guys. Right now. Right now. We'll get the taunt. 72,000 damage. The manager dudes also did a ginormous amount of damage from the micromanaging. Warlock dude. The deflection, I don't hate it, because it gets deflected to the Warlock dudes, right? But I think the toughness and the regeneration is just better, because that means on the entire board, we take less damage, we have more healing. The healing increases on these guys, which also means they have more HP to give away because it's based on the current HP. It also means they need to heal less because the other ones heal more, even though it's just a little bit. But it's something, you know, every single bit counts. Yeah, but I like the redirect damage. That would have also been good. Just that they take more damage, but if they get overwhelmed and die, then we have a problem, you know. So I don't want to overdo it. Another Necro dude? I mean, sure, why not? Warlock dudes, what else do we get? Nothing. Okay. We are below odds now. So the next time when we get one of the common dudes, we don't have a common dude anymore. Ew! Cleave, huh? Hello there. Pretty sure that was Cleave, because too many died at the same time. Manager dude? Sure. Hey, I like them, but they die. Max HP. We have all of our money. I'm not gonna buy this, because there's still too many things. They deal damage around them, sure. When the battle starts, the dudes at the bottom taunt. Perfect, to keep the other ones alive. Every time the merchant dude inventories get stocked, there's a chance restock for free. That is really good for infinite rerolls. Yep, perfect. The skeleton dudes gain more HP, and the necro dudes gain more HP. When the skeleton dudes fatal, heal, sure. 25% of all overhealing now gets converted into temporary health, sure, I think. Pocket dice. All manager dudes now choose the same micromanage target. I will take this, but I may regret that. Skeleton dudes gain toughness, and he taunts up to 4, sure. That is what we wanted, to keep them alive. Careful now how much it costs. Restocking the merchant dude in our shop costs less. The first one is free. Do I still keep on going? I mean, this one is not bad, sure. Oh my god. All dudes gain evasion for 8 seconds, perfect. The third dude type on your roster gains crit. 1, 2, 3. That is flawless. That is our medic based on his damage that he deals, he heals. Right? That is just perfect. Now, I could have bought more, but let's not go too hard with the rerolls and the dice. After we get the next trinket, we know how many dice we have left, and we can use that in the next shop to buy as many of them as possible. That is insane. What just happened? Wait, what just happened? You guys happened. I mean, the evasion is good. The knockout DPS. Did that help them? It should have, right? Yeah, look at this. The skeleton dudes actually did a good amount of damage. Yeah. Hey, 10% of our biggest damage dealer is not bad, right? It is good-ish. Good-ish. It's a nice bonus. Okay. This is a dangerous fight. Technically speaking, I don't know how they don't die, but I guess they just use the skeleton dudes, right? And now that the skeleton dudes have taunt, they are so much safer. Like, that our dudes don't die. Let's get some medics in, because they heal everyone. We got this one back with the crits, which we definitely wanted, because we have a lot of crits on pretty much most of these. This symbol here, 27% by the way. 31% by the way. Scheiße, we want you to crit. But then we no longer have to taunt on them. We no longer have the max HP on them. While I love the idea with the crit, I think that is way better. We have the attack speed on the Franken dudes that gives them regeneration. The Warlock expels his pack damage. He has a chance to blast a random enemy for his attack power damage. Which is not that high, but it's something. And it's a chained effect. I don't know what that means. Like, the thing is, I understand the wording chained effect, but it's when he expels his pact, then he shoots a beam. Oh my god. Because on every single hit we do where we deal direct damage, it has a chance to expel the stored damage. And this happens again with this one, which I wonder if the chair also works, because it says when he deals attack damage, and that item says of his attack power is direct damage. When he deals attack damage. Damage dealt by attack and cleave. Huh. Okay. The manager dude, micromanage, now heals himself in the intern for 50% of the damage it deals, which is completely absurd. The question is, who's the micromanage target? Do we see that somewhere? Wait, aren't they supposed to all choose the same target? Chooses the same micromanage target. All of them. But these are micromanage targets. This is a micromanage target. This is a micromanage... Maybe someone of you guys can explain it to me, because I really don't understand what that means. Like, I see it all over the place, right? What just happened? We lost a bunch of managers. 86,000 damage, not bad. Skeleton's actually not that great. Like, because we have to add this damage together with this one, right? To get that damage. But they're not here to deal damage to begin with. Warlock. One zombie, that should be fairly simple. We still have the 10% healing received, by the way. That one in the shop. Like, we have so many things still in the shop that will buff us up a major amount. Not like change what we are doing, like improve it in an insane way, but rather all of the things we are already doing get improved. Oh yeah, right, there are also the lasers. Maybe we should take a look at how much damage it deals, so we understand what it's doing. Look at the temporary health. Whenever we crit, remember that? Holy moly. But how much damage do the lasers deal? Folding chair is 111,000 damage. How is it 50% of that? That's so insane. The dark wand did 7.5k damage. Hey, it's a re-trigger for an attack, right? That is the main point. Pocket dice, beautiful. When a dude gets thrown, don't really care. Block chance is okay. I mean, hey, you know what? They get thrown sometimes. Let's do it. Dudes gain 1% max HP. Perfect. 482. 579. 2 Skeledudes are summoned, we'll take that. I'll take this because it's half price, this is just a burner phone, which we don't care about. When a dude gets knocked out, his skeleton gets summoned as a Skeledude and continues fighting, sure why not. Let's keep on rolling. When a dude gets knocked out, he has a chance to revive instantly, perfect. When a dude evades, he gains crit chance, also good because we want to have crit. Pocket dice. 2 Skeledudes are summoned when a battle starts. When a dude taunts, we actually taunt. To an extent. The Frankendude's blood pump now donates an additional 10% of his HP, so 20%. When a roster dude takes fatal damage, the healthiest Frankendude with at least 30% HP will donate. Okay, perfect. When any dude gets knocked out, all dudes gain toughness. Very good. Then we have when a dude gets knocked out, people heal. That is perfect with the Skeledudes. When a dude takes fatal damage, he has a chance to survive. Sure, why not? I will use the dice now. Pocket dice. When a medic dude casts triage on a dude who is below a certain amount of HP, that never happens, but sure. When any dude gets knocked out, all dudes gain crit chance. Okay, I am a bit concerned about our money situation. This will never be good. When a dude takes damage from an enemy cleave, he has a chance to... Sure. I like that because cleave is very annoying. Then we have the cleave on our own, which is insane. And I would say we'll try to look for one more. When a dude takes damage, that brings his HP below 50%, he heals. Perfect. That was an amazing shopping phase. Round 100. Actually, 100 is not as special, right? Crit avoidance. Yeah, you see, the thing is, we only use crit to multiply what we are doing. We don't rely on crit. You see that? And now our chair was stronger than ever before. Because it just goes bam. Bam. Deflection and attack speed. Sure. This is the final trinket. And the only one who doesn't have a trinket is the Lich Dude. The problem is, I would want him to have something that buffs up the other people, right? When the wielder takes fatal damage, he fully heals and gains attack power. I mean, that's actually not that bad. It's like I just don't know how to use these guys. So, I'll let them have this. Maybe there was an item in there that I could have replaced on someone else. Like, what I'm thinking is, whenever you deal 100 damage, you heal for 15 damage on people. I would have liked that on someone, but I don't even know who that would be good on. Maybe the Frankendudes. But, you know, let's get to round 105. That is the boss fight. And I think the rest of these, they are just a joke. 220,000 damage. Holy moly. That is insane. If we don't need more of these, I will take them from time to time. Like, pretty much all of these will be... No, all of these top 3 will be equalized. Maybe, at least. The general dude, we want them to multiply the damage of these guys. Let's actually take a look at how much damage the general dudes deal. Here. 104,000. Yeah, they do a lot of damage, but it depends on who they attach to. Manager dude. Again, crit avoidance. Why was the fight over so fast? What just happened? It's like, I don't get this. It's over so fast, all of these. If a medic dude is hit by more damage, then heals himself. Sure, do that. Heal yourself. Toughness is perfect. We do have a free roll. All dudes gain evasion. When a dude gets knocked out, all dudes gain run speed. I don't hate this. But also, we don't really care, right? All dudes gain attack power during a battle per unconscious dude on your team. It was cheaper to begin with, that's insane, right? Wait, the cooldown of the Necro... Yeah, I mean, it's not bad because that means they resummon them faster. The Cleave could be really good. But now, it's go time. The goatee. Okay. So the problem is, we don't have that much stored damage. We do have a lot of stored damage, apparently. Okay. Okay. Do you see the HP bar of the goat? What actually just happened? Okay. Yeah, no, this is normal. That you have like a full list of damage types. Yeah, yeah. Shadowy Funnel actually prevented the most damage. Is that the crit one? Yeah. Good. Well, time to go into endless mode. 25 starting cash, that is very nice. The received healing is increased, let's go. We can buy one more if it's half price. So as long as this is for free, I will just keep on rolling. I need these two. Okay. When a dude gets knocked out, all dudes gain run speed. Can stack up to... Do we care? It's cheaper. I don't know in what world run speed is really important. I think it's for those that have the distance traveled effects, right? But we don't have that. But maybe it also helps in the fight that you get faster to your allies. And keep in mind, we stacked this up a little bit. We stacked it up 50 times, we just maxed it out in a single fight. Holy moly. I honestly didn't expect that. Like, I knew a bunch will die, but I didn't expect... Okay, here will people die. We can't save all of them. There's no way. Any moment, because when they are dead, we can't revive these anymore. That is the moment when you see the bloop and that. Bloop and that. Bloop and that. Bloop. No? No, that's free. Where is that number even coming from, right? Where is that even coming from? Like, I see the numbers, it's like, I add up all of these numbers. Is that even enough? That is like 130,000 if you're generous to it. 180,000. Let's do another 50,000 for this. 230,000. 260,000. Where is this number coming from? Huh? Eh? Unless damage taken doesn't count? No, but packed is in there. But I guess this is the damage we take out of the damage we couldn't dispel. Like get out, maybe. Yeah, I don't really understand it. I'm not complaining. That's kind of ridiculous. So we do multiply the damage that we take when we shoot it back. No, unless it doesn't count it as damage taken, because we never took the damage. Right. That's just absurd. Like, do you see how they zoom over the stage now and go to the next target? Which is important. Oh my god, it's important. You know why it's important? Because they need to attack enemies to get rid of the stored damage. So with the bonus move speed they have now, they will get faster to the enemies again and not lose HP. Same for the medics. This actually matters. But how is it possible that we haven't lost a single person? Oh. Almost. I don't know why they keep on summoning. We lost one of them. We lost two of them. It actually happened. Now, to be fair, we're on round 113. And we just lost 3 people on 113. You know, at this point you expect to lose a little bit more, I think. And we only lost the 2 most worthless people. This dude is strong, but he dies very easily. You know. So, yeah. You know. That's very good, Necro dude. Let's do it. Pocket dice. I should really use my pocket dice. The medic dude gains max HP when he casts Triage. He gains temporary health. I don't hate it. All dudes gain evasion. I don't really care. Oh, there are a few good ones in here. Especially the bonus damage. But the medic dude has to stay here. We can't really use the bonus damage because we would need to give it to this dude. Yeah, because we want him to have the crit. I could give the Franken dude the bonus damage, which is kind of nice, but also not really. Temporary health. Sure. I don't hate it. I still have to check out what else is there. I know there are a few things that are good, but funny enough, the 30% attack power just does nothing. Like, we don't care about it anymore. It's useless. It's a waste of time. But we need more of these Skeledudes to make sure they taunt and stay alive for these guys. So now I will equalize these 2 numbers. Maybe also with the healers. Or maybe the healers and the Necro dudes. And this one is the one I don't increase anymore. What is happening? Bonus Warlock dude. We just want to have as many of them as possible. Because keep in mind, the stored damage that they have, they also equalize that. So even if a few of them get focused like crazy. Yeah. Okay. We seem to be fine. Do I have to revive? I may be a little bit greedy, but I think I don't care. You know, because it's all about the Warlock dudes on their own. They don't need anyone else. They are strong and independent. No, like, unironically, all of the effects we get out of the general dude that I want are just in the base. Sure, the micromanagement is nice, but what does micromanagement do? It just increases the damage we deal based on a random target, which can also be useless. Like here, it's on the Lich dude there, the Skelesummon dude. So, in other words, as long as they can't die, I don't care if they get bonus damage, because they can't die. They will kill all of the enemies. Because the more damage the enemies deal to them, the more damage they deal to the enemies. You know? That's the meme about this. Do you understand that we're on round 118 and we just walk through this as if it was like the easiest thing we've ever done? 118 is respectable. 105 is the end. I kind of want to ball this out, and I think I'll ball it out until the first Warlock dude dies. which we don't seem to be that far away from. My only fear is it could be all of them start dying then, right? And then we lose the game. But then again, if all of them die, I don't think it would have changed if we got more people. But maybe because we killed the enemies faster. Possibly. But I want to ball this out. No revivals until I deem we need a revival for sure. For shizzle. When the first one dies. I just love that we also have the lasers over the entire stage, you know. This is amazing. Like, whatever we have created here, I love this. The Dark Worm did only 101k damage. Like 4% of our damage. 101k is so much damage, right? And it's 4% of our damage. It's kind of insane. All dudes gain stacking attack power, which gets reset whenever someone gets knocked out. Skeledudes do not count as this, by the way. But I think we get knocked out a little bit too often. All dudes gain max HP for... Okay. 579. 694. Nice. Very nice. I will take the captain hat, because it means our Franken dudes have a ridiculous amount of damage for some reason. And I don't even understand why. Let's dismiss. But I don't think we'll get into another shopping phase. The highest record I've ever had was 128, but we had infinite money in that run. We had the zombies that respawned like stupid all the time. And we are not on the same level as that. And while it sometimes looks really strong, oh yeah, we can keep on going for a while, right? No. That one round happens where you have like the perfect counter to what you're doing. And because of the new power level they have after all of this time, you're just dead. 4.8 million damage, dude. I'm telling you, this folding chair, this was the pick. Because there is so much in it that we don't see, right? Because it's bonus attacks that can re-trigger our crits, that can re-trigger the effect of the Warlock dudes down here. There's so much more sitting behind that chair compared to just the damage number that we see. And even the damage number on its own would already be broken. It's like, it's so much damage, but many times in these games, it's not about damage that you deal, it's about survivability, because not dying means you deal infinite amount of damage, right? Sometimes, though, you need more damage that the enemies can't take you entirely down, but since our dudes don't automatically revive after a single fight, that honestly doesn't really matter, because we will bleed out over time and lose everyone. Okay, it seems like we have stabilized, but this is actually a good example, right? Because we killed enemies, we now can deal with the stored damage and we are fine. So here damage is good, but if we were tankier, we could actually endure all of them easily and it would have lost no one. But like, how do we make us tanky at this point? We can't, we can only go for damage. 4.4 million damage, do we prevent so much damage? I think this is the most insane dude we have ever created as a single dude. Shotgun turrets are very powerful. I will respect that a bit by reviving 2 of them, and we may use the lightning strike. I'll just do it. Shotgun turrets are no turtles, not turrets, are no joke. Yeah, why did I revive them? Like, what is actually the point of that? Also, what is happening on the stage? Very split up. Enemies gain attack power. Oh god, I don't know why we are so split out. Wait, they gain attack power. So we store more damage, which means we deal more damage to them. Which is also dangerous, because we may lose. But it doesn't look like it. You know, I'm just saying. Doesn't look like it. Seems like it's perfectly fine that I get more damage. As long as we keep on attacking them. Okay. I am a little bit concerned about this. Not right now. But, like, you know. Do I just revive all of them to give them a chance? Maybe. Lifesteal, 10 million HP. Oh, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? Oh, you guys also have lifesteal. I completely forgot about that. You know what? I will revive them. This is our final chance. Let's go. Can we survive this once they start attacking? Currently it looks good. Oh god, it looks horrible. It looks really horrible. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. The game even feels like it's lagging, because whenever one of these big guys die, the game halts for a second. I mean, it's like I could be wrong, but aren't we fine? So how about we check out these guys, because we haven't done that. How many damage stacks they get, right? Also, what is going on with you? Oh my god, we get crit chance whenever they die, which also means we expel more damage out of us, because we are based on crit chance. Now, we don't have any of them left, so there's a problem. Okay, let's do it right now. Ah. You have 500% bonus attack power. Of course you do. Because why wouldn't you? That is a little bit less. Do you see the difference in them? Like, depending on who gets attacked. 872 DPS. What is... Oh my god. Like, the insane thing is they also attack so fast, but they have just infinite scaling in there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we found the most insane one there. Generate 50 million temporary health. Well, you know. Sure. Sure, buddy. But do you understand that we are on our way to my highest round I've ever had? And I don't mean we'll reach that. What I mean is, I am absurdly impressed that I managed to get this far with such a weird random build. Where I didn't really see the way out, how we turn utterly insane, but we somehow managed to do it. Yeah, we don't kill the enemies fast enough. And even with like double damage, this wouldn't change a lot. 6.8 million damage. That is a little bit. And also 5.5 million damage prevented. Which again, if you add this up together, you know, that was a little bit. Which means this is our second best run we've ever had. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, then don't forget to subscribe and give the video a like. See you the next time.